Cool. Hey folks, it's Dylan here from Eat Wild. I want to take this opportunity to talk a little bit about the Brooks 7400 pack. This is a pack that I got in touch with the Seek folks, Kevin and the good folks at Seek Outside. Talked about an upcoming trip I had, which is a pack rafting trip where we're going to be doing a significant chunk of whitewater rafting and then mixing in some sheep hunting up in the mountains on the way. So I needed a pack that was waterproof as well as was light and suitable for taking up in the mountains. So they recommended the Brooks 7400 to try this out, and we're now back from a successful trip, and I had a few thoughts around this pack. I got some videos from the trip that we'll mix in. I can show you how we used the pack to pack the animal off the mountain, as well as just how I had it configured up in the mountains for my carrying. But I'll just review a few things that I really liked about this pack. First of all, it's an extremely lightweight pack for the load rating capacity. So the design of this pack worked well for me. It's got one main compartment here, which has got lots of volume for a big trip. It definitely has enough room for camp and half of a sheep or probably a whole sheep if you were tough enough to pack it. I'm certainly not. But the volume is there for a pack to be a multi-day expedition type pack. Now, the configuration, the main pocket in the middle, this is waterproof provided you do the seam sealing, but the fabric itself is waterproof, so you don't have to pack a rain cover. This pack has two big pockets down the side, and I really like this because, for one thing, I like to keep my water bottle on the outside of my pack, or my water, in this case, my Camelback. It's a 3-liter pack. I have full access to it here. I can get in and out really easily if I can fill up my water regularly. On the other side, I like to have access to my spotter, my spotting scope, and then I've also got, just I'll show you, the one thing that I don't have on this pack is like access to little pockets. Like I'm used to having a top pack or a front pack that I could have all my bits and pieces. But the way that I work this, and I quite like this, is I just flip out one of these little bags here that's attached to the top of the pocket so it doesn't fall all the way down to the bottom. And inside this zip, I have access to my headlamp and bug dope and all the other little things that I might need. So it's very much a simple pack, but obviously that's the benefit of going really light. Where this pack really wins for me is in the suspension system. So we packed some really heavy loads on this trip, and the suspension is extremely adjustable. So I'm able to bring the yoke up or down if I need to, or bring my hip belt up or down. And actually, over the course of the 12-day trip, I got significantly smaller. So it was great to have the adjustability to change how it's configured so the pack continued to fit me through the trip as I lost a few pounds. They've got an external aluminum frame here, which seems very robust. When I first looked at it, I was concerned that it might rub against my body, but it's very much isolated from my back. So I found that the frame system works great for me. It fits well. Really like the belt with it's got an upper and a lower strap, so I can really suck this belt over top and around my hips, which is great. And again, there's an adjustable lumbar pad here, making it really comfortable. So this pack is comfortable, it's versatile, it's light, it's very simple. The last piece here I can show you is just that it's got a roll top. So to get in and out of it, you gotta roll it up. It opens up the big bag, and you have access to most of your stuff. There is a full zip down the side. I don't know how well this is gonna show up, and that'll give you access to all the content of the pack going down. So anyways, I'll show you a few videos from our trip, and really enjoyed this pack, and it's definitely a compliment to my hunting kit. Looking forward to taking it on our elk hunt, where we'll have pack rafts involved and likely be carrying hopefully large pieces of elk out of the woods. All right, see you next time and Eat Wild. Okay, I was just gonna do a bit of a review of the Seek Outside. This is the Brooks pack, and this one doesn't have a load shelf on it, so it's an integrated frame, which simplifies the pack a little bit and just makes it a bit lighter. So I went with that on this trip to try it out. There's a couple things that I'm just figuring out. We've been fortunate enough to kill a ram on this trip, So we're packing out the ram now back to our boats. And so what I've got in here, I've got half a sheep and some bits and pieces. And I got its head over here, which I'm going to throw on there. The next thing I'm going to do is just load the horns onto the top and then strap my gun on, and should be away. Okay, so I got the head loaded up here. This actually worked out really nice. This is the roll top of the bag. I can just drop the horns on there, bring that roll top around to his forehead, use one of the compression straps here to keep his nose down, and then I've got him kind of held in place here with a couple more straps going over the top. What I like about this pack is I still have access to these huge side pockets here, so I can pretty much keep my water, my lunch, my rain shell, that's all coming out with me. Yeah, so it's pretty great so far for at least packing the meat out of the sheep. We'll have to do 2 loads and come back for camp, I think, because physically I cannot do a whole lot more than that. Okay, awesome. It's pretty solid on there. Feels pretty good on the hips. Get out of here.